Woodward Sports Network. Let's go!
Well, it's Wednesday. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick. This is the Morning Woodward Show. I think everybody's kind of got a little bit of a weird hangover from last night, but, you know, we got to do what we got to do today. So let's kick off the show by introducing you to everybody. To my right,
what's going on? It's Johnny Juzang.
I hate you. Get the hell out of here. I never want to hear that fucking name again.
Never want to hear that.
That's how you're going to start the show today?
Oh, it's about to get ugly.
What? Oh, okay. All right. And to my left,
Hi, Joey.
hi, it's Joey. Then over there, making sure we look good and sound good, we have Alex and Fish. And then, of course, Adam's here. He's going to be on a little later with Adam's Bets. But we got to talk about it. It's over.
Woo!
It's over for Michigan.
It's over.
Why are you so
Yeah, you over
celebratory
here acting
this
like
morning?
you
Like, what the
predicted
fuck is
this.
going on, man?
Corey
Hey,
won $20 online because he
oh,
bet against
now
them.
screw Michigan. Oh.
Not $20. I won $300.
I'll give you $500 if you shut up.
Like, you're really happy Michigan lost?
Hell no, I'm not happy.
Then why are you so over there smiling?
Listen, you
because
start
I'm-
the show off by saying Johnny Juzang to start the show. Like
because-
that name,
Salt. Salt.
I truthfully think that I hate that name more than the name Appalachian State.
I mean, we all should. I mean, after just watching one man single-handedly take down Michigan, it got hard to watch.
Well, the first 10 minutes were super hard to watch.
Yes,
Like
very much so.
the defense was good, but the offense was just pitiful. Then the game got pretty good, and you know I thought Michigan had a little something going with feeding Hunter Dickinson on the block, but it turns out they went to that well a little too often, and it started not working out for them. And then they just really could not get into an offensive flow. They got a nice block right there. I love that play, but Michigan just couldn't find their flow. And this, honestly, I hate doing this. I'm not a guy that likes to blame injuries, but this is where you miss an Isaiah Livers because they didn't have a transcendent scorer that could just take over the game and get them buckets when they needed it. And then, you know, look at this. This air ball.
And then Eli Brooks on top of that, throwing the ball up like there's 1 second on the clock.
Right.
There's 8 seconds on the clock. I don't get why he did that. It's just that ending to the game. I don't care what it is. You look at the score. We lost by 2 points, and we missed the last 8 shots of this entire game. We hit one of those shots, and it's going in overtime.
But look at this air ball, man. Like, that's not even close.
Those are first off, that's bad coaching by Juwan Howard, and here's why I say that. Franz Wagner did not have a good game at all, and you put not once but twice. You put the ball in the hands of a guy who did not have it going all night. The ball in those moments, it should have went to Eli Brooks, Shawnee Brown, anybody but Franz Wagner. He went 1 for 10 for the night, and he just did not have it going. I don't understand I don't understand the shot selection that they had going down the stretch. I don't understand again. Why give it to him? It made no sense.
How about this? How about you learn your lesson from taking three-pointers to win games, and you take the ball to the damn rim? Like, you try to get fouled. You force the contact. You make the officials make the call. You give yourself an opportunity. But they could have won 3 three-pointers to end the game. An air ball, Mike Smith pull-up, which we all know that didn't work out last time in crunch time. And then another, like, you know, here's Wagner at the end of the game.
That was definitely Wagner.
That's messed up. Why you gotta
Shout
do
out
him
to
like
Carlton Banks, Bel Air Prep.
So close. Oh, yeah, not gonna work.
The thing that just really bothered me was
Here's the last second shot.
Here's the shot, Wagner off the glass.
I mean, listen, I get we're sitting up here saying you should have gave the ball to Shawnee. You should have gave the ball to Eli Brooks. And I get it, he had a bad game, but that's Wagner. You know, he is definitely the leader of the team right now with who we got left without Isaiah Livers. And I get he's having a bad day, but I'm not mad over the play to give him the opportunity. It's just there's no excuse. 8 shots missed to end the game.
Hell no, I'm definitely mad at them to giving him the ball to end that game. Yes, Why? He's not playing well. Why would you let that guy take a walk-off three and he has been trashed the entire night? 1 for 9 up to that point. Why would you give him the ball to win the game? That makes absolutely no sense.
I mean, I think we're seeing that just Juwan Howard in late game situations struggles.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's the only knock I really have on him at this point is because we've seen it when crunch time comes, they don't have a set offense to run to get them an easy 2 points. It's three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer. You don't need threes.
It's never going in the paint.
I do want to say this. Maz, I love you, man. I know you're going to be mad at me about this because I said that, you know, I didn't think they played a good game. I didn't think Juwan Howard coached a good game, and they said they held UCLA to 51 points. Okay, great. Michigan only scored 49 points. And Johnny Juzang, 28 points. He scored 55% of UCLA's points. One guy cannot take down a team just like that. So we can say that it was a good defense. They played good defense than everybody else, but they let one man come in there and kick their ass.
Like Big Sean says, one man can change the world, and that was Juzang last night.
I don't know.
Just whooping our ass.
I didn't know if that was Juzang or Liu Kang because he saw them and said, finish them.
And the crazy, he had that line.
Even waiting to deliver that.
Is this the time? Is this the, no.
There's my Luke Kang card. Boom. Throw it out there.
But, I mean, you bring it up. You know, you see Johnny Buckets dropping the 28. I'm not even saying that ugly-ass last name because I hate that freaking name now. And then you see Tiger Campbell dropping 11 points. Besides that, 4 points for this player, 4 points for that player, 4 points for the next player. And it's just, you look at that entire game, and for us to lose by 2, it is just horrible. Knowing how much we had that game and just gave it to UCLA, and now we got to hear the first 4 in to the Final 4. It's like, I don't want to hear that. I'm done with college basketball this season.
I'm already sick of hearing that statement. First 4 to Final 4. And it's like, okay, God. And the fact that they beat Michigan State and Michigan –
you know
dude,
what?
UCLA owns us.
I want to get on that real quick. First off, Juwan, it was his first tournament. So, granted, they did have expectations. When they started rolling, they had expectations of national championship. So, it's obviously some disappointment right there. But from where they started to where they are right now, they need to be very proud of it. Juwan Howard's first tournament. But here's the thing that really bugged me about him. You talked about Michigan State and them losing. So many Spartans were on Facebook and Twitter like, you see, you guys were talking all that trash. Look, at least Michigan lost in the Elite 8. You guys lost in the play-in. In the words of Bernie Mac, did y'all even at least pinch the bitch? No, you didn't. So I don't understand y'all just changing your profiles to different UCLA players. Y'all lost in the month of Izzo. Y'all saw UCLA in the play-in game and it was go green, good night. So I don't get the whole
Corey with the one-liners today.
I just don't get the whole.
Let me see your notepad over there. Let me get some of these one-liners, Corey.
They just sticking their chest out like, well, you guys were talking about us. Y'all lost in the play-in game in the month of Izzo.
Here's my thing, Corey, to make you feel a little bit better. If you lose to a team and then later on cheer for that team just because you lost to them, softest shit in the world. So go ahead, be a proud Michigan State fan because the team you lost to beat your rivalry 4 weeks later. Good job. You made it.
Spartans need to worry about Tom Izzo not grabbing his players as opposed to what Michigan doing losing in the Elite 8. Y'all didn't even sniff the tournament.
Man, all right.
My favorite part about this entire thing is, listen, I'm a Michigan fan. I was cheering for them the entire night. It was the worst night ever. I feel like I wasted it. I feel like we all wasted our night staying up late. But anybody that stands there and complains saying that, this late game got us. They have been in Indianapolis preparing, knowing what the schedule is going to be. We're not the top-ranked team. Gonzaga is, so they obviously get that more premier game time. So I don't want to hear that because that means nothing. You do not miss the last 8 shots of a game at 12 p.m., at 1 p.m., at 9:57 p.m. It doesn't matter what time it is. You're playing ball.
So when I'm looking at why they missed those last shots of the game, and I was digging in, just trying to figure out what the hell happened this game. And the one thing that stood out to me as I was going back and forth in the box scores, Michigan only played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people.
We don't have any more depth beyond that.
UCLA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a 10-man rotation versus 7-man rotation. And that's why at the end of the game, your legs aren't underneath you and you're starting to miss shots left, right, short, long. I mean, air balls are just, I don't know if that was nerves or if that was just exhaustion or whatever. But, I mean, people were clowning Wagner after that game. And did you guys see what the hell happened at UCLA?
No, I didn't see that.
It was like they won the damn national championship.
Oh, yeah. I
Look
see
at
them
this.
turn up again.
I mean, how many first 4 in teams really have made it this far?
1.
So it's like I would be doing the same thing.
I mean, look at these kids.
But why? Explain this to me. Why the couches? I never
It's just
understood the
tradition.
couches.
Look
What
at that.
tradition is the couches?
Well, I mean, it's cheap. It's something you own. It's something you can burn, and couches burn crazy fast. So, like, I don't know. But to me, celebrating getting into the Final Four like this, they're literally just like, all right, we know we're not going to beat Gonzaga, so let's get it in tonight.
I'm just glad that, if Michigan had to go out, they went out last night, because if they played that way, if they played against UCLA against Gonzaga, Gonzaga's going to beat their ass.
Yeah, but I still want to. I'd rather be in the Final Four and get my ass beat than leaving the Elite Eight by 2 points to UCLA.
I would too, but I'm just saying that would have been very hard to watch.
See, the biggest takeaway that I have from this is Michigan does not play well against not the best opponents. Anytime we play great teams, we come out to play. I feel like we just go into these games just underestimating, and I don't know if this is on Coach Juwan Howard or what, but the team is just too ahead of themselves.
Yeah,
That should have been a game that we just whooped their ass, closed the game.
they started out that way. Like the beginning of the game, after, of course, they both had their struggles scoring. The Michigan went up by, 7 or something, like 8. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, Michigan's got this. And then slowly but surely, Corey's boy started getting bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket.
You know what it reminded me of? It was and I hate to say it. It reminded me of when LeBron went off for 25 points.
Oh, God.
Against
Why
the
are you
Pistons.
doing this?
Who
are you this morning?
I'm just saying, it was just very hard to watch one man just go in there and just have his way with them. Even after he injured himself, I'm like, okay, he injured himself. I'm like, all right, maybe he might kind of like fall off a little bit.
I was hoping he was done the whole game. I mean, listen, injuries are a part of the game. He goes out, whatever. Sorry, buddy. UCLA, send it packing. But
he just went out there even with the injured leg, and he came back and was just as dominant. And you got to tip your cap off to them. I believe that Juwan's going to go back. He's going to look at this tape. He's going to see where he made his mistakes as a coach. And then next year, they're going to come back and regroup. But it was just not a great showing. If they would have lost this game, and losing this game was going to hurt regardless, because it's the Elite Eight, and you're that close. But the way they lost this game, that's what's going to sting.
yeah. Well, I mean, let's talk about this game a little bit more, and I want to find out everybody's predictions and how they feel about next year and how they just feel that this season was for Michigan. And we're going to do that next on the Woodward Sports Network. Hold on.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, and this is Detroit's all-digital sports network, and we're talking a little bit about Michigan losing last night in the Elite Eight, not making the Final Four. What do you guys feel that means for Juwan Howard moving forward?
Nothing really. He's gonna just go back again, like I just said before. He's gonna go back, watch this. He's gonna learn from it. He's gonna see where in this game, the Ohio State game, he did not make the adjustments needed to go ahead and put his team in position to win. His guys were not shooting that well. The defense, you want to say the defense was there? Fine. But the plays that he drew up in those late game situations to lose those two games, he's going to have to go back and figure out something different, because what he drew up, it didn't work. This, again, the decision to put the ball in Franz Wagner's hands those 2 times to end the game and get the go-ahead bucket, horrendous shot selection.
Who would you give the ball to, though? I mean, nobody was having a good
No,
game. I mean,
nobody-
Dickinson was the only guy in double figures, and let's mention this: Dickinson only had 2 rebounds. If you're 7'1" and only get 2 rebounds, get the hell off the court.
Also, Dickinson had 4 turnovers too and some ugly.
But who would you give
I
that
would,
shot
I
to?
would have given that shot to either Eli Brooks or Shondy Brown, off the simple fact that were they shooting the best? No, but what they have shown over this tournament is that they can make clutch baskets when counted, when they need to. That is who I would have given the ball to.
See, but you're sitting up here and you're saying that this is all on Juwan Howard. 8 attempts. Dude, Franz Wagner had a wide open shot.
I'm not saying it's
that
all
was
on
a
Juwan.
wide
I'm not,
open
I'm not,
shot.
no, I didn't say it was all on Juwan Howard. I said those last 2 plays, those are on him. He did not coach a good game down the stretch to get the ball, get the go-ahead, get a great play for a go-ahead bucket.
Yeah.
That is on him.
That's what frustrates the hell out of me, man, is you know that these 3-point, like, it didn't work against Michigan State. It didn't work against Maryland. You have a 7'1" dude. When you're down by 2 or 1 point with 30 seconds left, give it to your big man.
If they
It's
would've-
not rocket, and he's a big man. He should know this. Just feed me, feed me, feed me.
If you if you dump it down to Hunter Dickinson, and he just misses the basket, fine. You know what? You're trying to go send it to overtime. You misses, okay, cool. You give it to Franz Wagner for that go ahead 3. With he's 1 for 9 up to that point, it makes no sense. It's not the fact that some of his shots that he were missing were just like, oh, they were good shots not going down. He freaking airballed the shot before he missed it. So I don't get it.
My whole take on this is I'm completely opposite. I honestly think that the way that we drew these last plays were good. You look at the way Hunter Dickinson, I mean, he's a freshman. I'm not going to say he's weak, but he's soft down low. I mean, you could see yesterday that he was getting bodied up. He was throwing that little lefty, throwing the ball up and missing them. So you can't be mad at the selections that we had because he really wasn't hitting them at the end of that game. So would you rather have that, or would you rather have a shot and then you rely on your big man, Austin Davis and Hunter Dickinson, to get a board? So I'm not mad at it at all. It's just you do not expect to miss 8 shots straight.
I mean, hindsight's always going to be 20/20, right? If they miss the shot, it looks like bad coaching. If they make the shot, he looks like he's a genius.
100%.
But you also have to learn from what you've already done in the season. And I thought after that Mike Smith step-back three-pointer that I freaked out about, and like I told you, like, Juwan Howard, that was a horrible coaching call. And that was the first time I was able to say it. And then, unfortunately, we saw it rear its ugly head.
He repeated the same damn thing.
And that's insanity. That's the definition of insanity, and that's why it's just like, why? Just why would you want Mike Smith to shoot that shot? And honestly, that shot that Mike Smith took, he had an open lane. He could have gotten closer to the rim. And I'm blaming Steph Curry for ruining basketball and forcing everybody to take threes.
I just said that a couple of days ago. He ruined it.
I'm blaming Steph Curry for everything.
And he had on that one too, and
I'm
Mike
just
Smith.
kidding. I love you, Steph Curry.
He had his defender backpedaling.
Yes.
He had him backpedaling.
And
so
you
it's
don't
like,
stop when they're backpedaling.
this is one thing that I was mad about is that UCLA wanted this game more than us. In the beginning, Brandon Johns is the only person that was out there boxing out, that was out there getting physical. Besides that, nobody else was out there getting physical. On that play, you got to drive to the lane and draw a foul. And if you're not doing that, you don't want that win. And congratulations to UCLA.
One thing that I saw is you could say that both teams played great on defense, but when it came down to just some intangibles that I saw, looked like UCLA was hungrier. For me, it just did. They looked like they were just more intense and ready for that game. Even when their shots weren't falling and Juzang was hitting everything, those guys were still locked in the game. For me, it felt like at times Michigan got a little lackadaisical.
Yeah, you can't forget about Tiger Campbell, man. Like, he outplayed Mike Smith this entire game to the point where, like, 2 minutes into the second half, they took Mike Smith out and brought Shondy Brown on to guard Tyga. And the kid played a great game, but to your point, Corey, we just couldn't find any real, like, we just couldn't put the pieces together to get good teamwork on the court at the same time. And really, once they took away Mike Smith, they took away the flow of our offense, and I think that was a smart play by the UCLA coach to focus on Mike Smith more than anybody else, because even though he's not the biggest scorer and all that, he is the guy that gets the ball to the right places and makes that offense run. And we saw without him being our true point guard, we really didn't have one. And, yeah, you could put Wagner bringing the ball up the court, and, yeah, Chauncey Brown can do his thing, and Brooks, but they aren't true point guards.
No.
And that's what, to me, was missing. That and a scorer like Isaiah Livers who could just get you those 2 points when your team is failing and you need it. And that was the one thing that, unfortunately, got exposed last night from Michigan. But overall, for the entire season, like, you got to clap it up for Michigan.
Most
I mean, they should feel – they're not going to feel good about themselves today, but they're going to look back on this and what they did and how they got there and understand that this honestly was – they were picked 6th in the Big Ten, and they ended up in the top 8 in the nation competing for a national championship. So they should be proud of themselves, but they should also feel let down that they let an opportunity just slip.
There should be some disappointment because the chance to get to a Final Four was right there. It would have been such a great look on – it would have been an even greater look on Juwan Howard's resume for his first tournament to make it to the Final Four. But still, for your first tournament to get to the Elite 8 from where you started, you have to tip your cap to him. And also, this is going to be a great look for the Michigan program moving down the line.
Right.
The way that he coached those guys, the way that you saw those guys having fun, and that they were able to have success early on, that is only going to do wonders for their recruiting and for the team camaraderie moving forward.
I'm not tipping my hat off to him. I'm not. I'm just saying move forward. That's truthfully it. I'm proud of the season, but it's like you look at the way we ended this, it was embarrassing. And that's really where I'm going to leave it. I'm not one of those types of players that are like, okay, it was a good season. I get it. This is Juwan Howard's second year coaching the team. I get it. This is his first tournament. But when you're that #1 seed, you throw all of that away. You're held at this high level that Michigan just did not perform at, and it's embarrassing as a Michigan fan.
Well, I don't know if it's embarrassing. Off the simple fact that if you really look at this team, they overachieved by a lot. Because you overachieved does not mean that you don't go ahead and rise to the occasion and go ahead and bring it home, but they overachieved. It's not just saying like a participation trophy, just be happy to be there, but you just have to use the context of that they were not projected to be this good, and they got to the Elite 8. You can learn from this, move on, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I think they'll be fine. The recruiting class coming in next year, they've like this should be the new basement for them. Like this is what they should strive for every single year. If they don't reach this point from here on out for the next 3 or 4 years, then you can look at it as a failure of the season. But this is their new established basement. This is where they need to be. Next year, you're thinking Final Four national championship. This year, you didn't really think that way going into the season, but you wound up in a position. It just sucks that you let that position go, especially to a UCLA team that sucks.
Good point about
UCLA.
Good point about this being the basement, because they have better recruits coming in next year. His classes are coming in next year are going to be phenomenal. So Elite 8 should be the basement. Final Four should be the expectation next year.
And we're not losing many either, and we're only adding to this team. So it is going to be a really strong team. That's for sure. We can't deny that.
Yeah. Well, another team that looks damn good, Gonzaga. I mean, last night, just an absolute beatdown like that. You turned on the game 5 minutes in, you're like, oh, well, I don't got to watch this shit anymore. But you got to celebrate this dude.
Timmy.
I love his handlebar or whatever the hell you call that mustache.
The little celebration he does, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude's the man. But, I mean, we could just watch the highlights. They're up by 15 here. Look at this passing. I mean, Gonzaga does space the floor well. They are a better team than I gave them credit for going in. I mean, obviously, they are the first team ever to win 5 straight 30-win seasons, which in the NCAA, that's tough to do no matter what division that you play in, because they have to get pretty deep in the tournament to get those 30 wins. And you just saw him last night just running all over USC. It was not even a game. And I'm also happy that it's not a USC-UCLA Final Four.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear that, even though Gonzaga's in California anyway.
But, I mean, you go back to 15 years ago with the UCLA upset on Gonzaga last minute.
Right.
I mean, this is that redemption game that all fans are looking back at the 15 years ago disappointment and saying that they got to get it. And this is the year. I mean, they're an undefeated team. And I always say, like, this team never really played real competition, but it's like you're seeing them play at such an elite level, and it's their chemistry. That's one thing that I appreciate about this team so much is the chemistry that they have amongst each other is something that I just don't see with the team like Michigan. Like, the ball movement that they have, I would be confident in any of those 5 players taking that last shot.
Man, I hated that game. I had to put the Jordan crying face up on my Instagram, man. I thought it was going to – now, that's the one – I got that one way, way off here. That's the one thing you'll hear about me. If I get a prediction wrong, you ain't got to find me. I'm going to be right here. Now it was just –
Same thing if you get it right, though.
Oh, same thing. If I get it right, you're going to hear from me. If I get it wrong, you're going to hear from me. And I was just watching that game like, damn, y'all getting y'all asses whooped.
Yeah.
Like, y'all getting beat like y'all stole something. It's hard to watch it, but to your point, Joey, when I was watching Gonzaga, they looked like a well-oiled machine. It was just like, it was nothing that looked ugly in that game or how they were flowing. It was just like, wow, y'all are the real deal. I don't know if they go all the way, but I mean, I don't know who's gonna beat them.
So here's a question: would you rather? I like playing this game, especially off campus. But would you rather lose to Gonzaga by 20? Like they did, or lose to a UCLA by 1?
I think if you lose to Gonzaga by 20, you can at least be like, all right, we got our ass kicked by number 1.
Okay.
I mean, because we got our ass kicked by a team that everybody views as the best in the nation, so it kind of justifies that number 1 seed. But losing to a UCLA the way that you did with a one man coming in your house and taking your food off the plate.
What do you think, Joey? Do you rather have the close loss to a crappy team? Well, I guess I can't call UCLA crappy anymore. They've climbed out of they've climbed out of that. Or would you rather take that ass beaten by the best team?
The way I look at this, and I'm going to start it off by saying I would take that Gonzaga ass beating because it's at least like in the game you're getting your ass beat. With UCLA, it was just dangling right there in front of us. Like, you knew it was right there. Here's your opportunity. It's kind of like, I was always friend zone Joey. And all of them girls back in my day always I felt like I had a chance at getting them. And that's what this game felt like. It hurts way more knowing that you had 8 opportunities that we did not capitalize on. And that's why I would take an ass whooping by 50 from Gonzaga, because at least you know that you're losing. It's different.
No, I definitely agree. And we got people commenting on YouTube, commenting on Facebook. And shout out to Will saying, stop with the excuses with the loss. You Michigan fans wasn't saying nothing when you was winning.
Yep.
But, that's true. I mean, but
now,
that's what happens when
question.
you're winning. You don't got to say anything.
Here's my question.
That was from YouTube as well, by the way.
Would you rather play your game right here, Michigan State or Michigan right now?
Ooh, Michigan.
Michigan.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. After that embarrassment, I'm not proud of that right now.
Yeah,
I get it. We made it a lot further, but Michigan State wasn't supposed to even be that good this year.
I get that.
No, hell no. Michigan State always pound their January,
They
February
do.
is though. They're supposed
They
to be
do.
in the damn tournament. Tom Izzo's not supposed to be in the play-in game.
But look at the team. I mean,
He's not supposed to lose in the playing
Rocket
game.
obviously was supposed to be a way bigger star, and
My
that's why
Rocket.
go ahead, have fun in the transfer portal. Bullshit. I don't even know why that's a thing. But it's just, you look at the team, like Michigan State started from behind the entire season, played horrible, and then all of a sudden they got that little excitement. Michigan State fans had some fun at the end of this season when they were miraculously pulling off all these upsets.
Yeah, but look at how the teams are going into the losing season, right? Into this off season. Like, Michigan State is heading there under a small bit of controversy with how Tom Izzo handled his player mid-game and what that led to for them losing to UCLA. Did it have an effect? Did it not? But needless to say, whether you agree with it or not, it caused some controversy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Michigan lost, but there's no controversy to how they lost or the program moving forward, or is, Juwan Howard outdated in his coaching. Like, you're not having any of those conversations. Really, the biggest issue you're having with Juwan Howard right now is his end-of-game management and his calls, because we've seen under pressure that is the only time Juwan Howard really, really struggles.
The teams are going in 2 different directions. With Michigan's loss, they're going in the direction of, okay, we can build on this. It's not good that we lost, but we as a program can build on this and move forward. With Michigan State's loss, they're wondering what's the next direction of their program.
Right.
For real.
No, they are. They got to rebuild, especially when a guy like Rocket Watts, you mentioned, is leaving the program, and he came there as a top recruit to be a point guard. They tried to reposition him, and it didn't work out. That's what Tom Izzo was speaking of when they sat down to agree to this transfer, is that, Rocket came there. They tried to make him into a different skill set player, but because of COVID, without the constant practice, without getting that work in those positions, he was never able to fully grow into being a 2 or a 3. He wants to be a 1, and that's what he's going to transfer to. Whatever college he goes to, he wants to be the point guard.
And that I struggle with this so much because I'm so against transfer portals. But like you see a quarterback or some player like that came into that program as a star, and then they're just not getting playing time, okay, go ahead. Go somewhere and get your playing time. But with this one, Rocket had every opportunity and some playing with stars like Aaron Henry and the rest of the team, which on paper is not a bad team.
No.
He did not play well.
Yeah.
It's a cop-out.
I will say this. I think Spartan fans are rejoicing that Rocket Watts is gone. If we're just going to be real, because the guy they have coming in, Tyson Walker from Northeastern, he's bad. He's a badass, and he's going to be the guy that Rocket Watts should have been. So in that aspect, I believe Michigan State will be okay at the point guard position.
And as much as we want to pile on Rocket Watts, there's another point guard there named Foster Lawyer that really hasn't panned out as well. So you can pile on Rocket Watts all you want, but Foster Lawyer, he's going to be in a transfer portal to like a IAA school or something like that.
I think he's just got to call it quits. And
Not
I love
call
the
it
kid.
quits. No.
Listen, I love the
No.
kid. I love the kid. It's just
No, he's good at basketball.
he's
just
good
not
at basketball, but he was good
big
at high
basketball.
school basketball.
Right.
That's the thing. I mean, it's unfortunate that the kid's so tiny, but he's not at that level to be playing a premier level of basketball in college. I mean, you look at all the opportunities that he's been given this season, he just never came through to shine. He had a couple games, but it's like the dude's even missing shots.
Right.
He's never missed shots in his entire career.
Well, we're going to find out, Michigan State. We're going to see how they do in the offseason. We know the recruiting classes that are coming in. I think both programs are in a good position to be competitive next year.
Yeah.
So if I'm a Michigan State fan, I'm feeling okay about it. If I'm a Michigan fan, I'm feeling down today, but I'm definitely excited for next year and the future with Juwan Howard at the helm. And we got to give a shout out to the people at Levels. It's enjoylevels.com. If you want to hit them up and check out all the things that they got coming, it's a new dispensary that will be in downtown Ferndale, 9 Mile and Hilton-ish, so I guess not right downtown, a little bit out of downtown. But it's absolutely beautiful. They're changing the way dispensaries do business in Detroit, and you got to be a part of this. It's coming soon. At Enjoy Levels on Instagram if you want to hop over there and give them a follow right now. Follow. See how I did that, Joey? I nailed it today.
Foul them.
I nailed it today. When we come back, we got our boy Joey's News. He's going to update us on everything that happened last night, plus some fun things we haven't talked about yet. We'll do that next on the Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads. They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's News.
Let's go.
Number 1, Michigan loses in the Elite 8 against number 11 UCLA by 2 last night, and I'm going to try my best to not spend too much time on this, but we gotta cover this. This was one of the last shots that we had from Franz Wagner, which you could argue that it wasn't a good shot attempt, but that was wide open, and then I was even more mad after Eli Brooks gets the rebound and then just throws it up. And that guy, freaking Ju Zhang, I never want to hear that name again after today, lit us up, dropping 28 points. Tiger Campbell, the other star for them, 11 points. And then beyond them, it was just a couple of other 4-point scorers just helping them add a little bit for the team. UCLA now taking on Gonzaga from first four to final four.
Oh, I hate that.
It's the worst line in the world. We move on to the NFL. My boy Justin Fields performed yesterday at the Ohio State Pro Day. And let's start it off with this one, him throwing a dime. You'd love to see it.
Hey, I mean, you heard what he said after his pro day. He said, "I feel I'm the best quarterback in this draft." That's your boy. Ran that 4.4.
Right there, you see a 4.44 40-yard dash.
Fastest quarterback 40 since, do you guys know?
Vic?
RG3.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah.
RG3 did run it fast for
Yeah,
you.
he sure did. I mean, RG3 was fast, but he looks a little more put together than RG3.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. Like
RG3 looked a little frail compared to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's small, but, like, he's well built. So that's why I don't want to hear people saying, oh, well, he's going to be injury prone. He runs too much. I mean, the dude's built.
Right.
He's definitely built. So I'm excited about that. And now we move on to the NBA. And rumor has it that LeBron James started recruiting Steph Curry at the All-Star break.
Shocker.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I mean, Steph's eligible, obviously, for a contract extension this summer. So we're going to see where this leads to. But listen, when someone else pulls a LeBron like the Nets did by stacking their squad, LeBron's got to step back up as LeBron and one-up him.
But honestly, do you see Steph Curry leaving? Like, he is the Golden State Warriors. He's their face of the franchise. He's their Mr. Everything. Like, I really
would be pissed.
I could see LeBron leaving L.A.
No, I wouldn't.
Here's the thing about it. Steph already owns this dude in the finals. He doesn't need to leave. He is the Golden State Warriors. Here's the thing about it. Klay Thompson's going to come back next year, and if he's healthy, if Klay Thompson is healthy, Warriors are not back in the driver's seat, but they're back to being a team that is going to be a force to be reckoned with. So if I was Steph Curry, leaving Golden State, where I am the king, to go join LeBron, it does nothing for me.
We'll see on that one. But did you guys see Russell Westbrook with the poster yesterday?
No.
This dunk right here. I love seeing some posterizing in the NBA. Whoop!
Oh my God!
I mean, what you're seeing from Westbrook is now he's starting to finally get his legs up under him. Does he start the season? He was injured. As has gone on, the Wizards have been playing better, and he's been playing better. He's had a couple triple doubles since then, and contribute to some wins for them. They're not a great team, but they're better.
And he did have a triple-double last night as well. And the Wizards did lose by 10 to the Charlotte Hornets. And just one little feel-good to end this. Kobe Bryant and Vanessa Bryant's daughter, Natalia Bryant, got into USC. And Vanessa shared this moment. Just excitement. There's no sound in that video. But just excitement of her getting in and her just writing on Instagram, like the post. Every time I see these posts and she says, I know Daddy would be so proud and all that. It tugs at the heart.
Yeah.
You'd love to see that.
It's good to see. I mean, the cynical in me is like, come on, of course they're going to accept Kobe Bryant's kid. But
dude, she could have a 1.0.
Right.
She's still getting
in. I mean, this isn't Lori Loughlin trying to fake shit.
There is no college in California is going to turn down Kobe Bryant's daughter.
Right.
Dude,
but I don't want to steal that thunder from her because it is an exciting moment. But at the same time, like, come on, man.
Not going to steal the thunder, but she get in regardless.
Right. Like, last name Bryant, then they do some fact like Kobe's daughter? Yeah, you're in. You're in.
You'd be messed up, though, if they didn't accept her.
Right.
That'd be messed up.
Oh, you know what? If USC couldn't even get away with not accepting
they'd get canceled.
Right.
2021.
You had a chance to get Baby Mamba in here, and you ruined it.
Yeah, it would be canceled. I want to give a quick little shout-out, though, to Bridge Street Exchange in downtown Fenton. I love this store so much, and I just want you to go there and check them out for yourself because they have so much Carhartt gear. It's my favorite. You walk into the store, it's a beautiful store, and in the back, a big-ass Carhartt selection that you could choose from and look through. A whole bunch of different Michigan brands and a lot of barware. If you're a drinker, go there, treat yourself. It's a good spot for you fellas. And ladies, get your man something. Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. Use the code word WSN online at bridgestreetexchange.com to get 15% off.
Love it. And let's do this. We got opening day coming up tomorrow, man. And did anybody check the weather?
I'm still worried about what the heck's even going on.
Yeah, it was.
Duggan better shut his ass up.
It was 39 degrees. It was supposed to be earlier in the week. I checked this morning. 34 degrees downtown. We're going to talk about opening day festivities coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network. alongside the Woodward Sports Network. This is the Morning Woodward Show. My name is Stick. We got Joey and Corey up here. And, man, opening day, going to be a completely different vibe downtown Detroit. But you know what? It's still going to be a decently fun day. Yesterday, Mayor Duggan came out with... I don't know what to call it because it's not like an official order, but he said, unless you have a ticket, do not come down to opening day.
And I heard that the mayor's office been threatening a whole bunch of local businesses that they've been hearing that are trying to pull some funny stuff off. And I get it. It's just when you put an article out like that, even to us, we're over here looking like, all right, so is it just the game? Every other bar is closed? And that is bullshit at its finest. You can't do that to these businesses because you read that as a customer that's just going down there to party for opening day, I'm going to take that as, oh, damn, these businesses are closed. I received so many text messages yesterday, people asking me, oh, is your opening day broadcast still happening? Are bars going to still be open? And that's just not right. I get what you're trying to do, but that is wrong.
What you got to say, Fish?
I've said it for the past 2 days. I'm going to say it again. I'm worried about tonight. Once we get through tonight, we're good.
So you think there's still a chance there's going to be more coming today?
Yeah, the numbers have been rising. She's going to look at that and she's going to say, ooh, numbers are rising. What's contributing to that? People at bars, people at restaurants, opening day. She's going to say, well, Tigers are allowing fans, but bars are also allowing people, so we're assuming people are going to go down there anyway. I have a bad feeling about this.
You have a bad feeling about
Hopefully I'm wrong, but we'll see.
Fish's favorite, Governor Whitmer.
Yeah, I don't hate her.
Right.
You don't like her.
Well, I'm not a fan of what she's been doing.
What has she been doing?
Locking down for too long and not looking at the actual numbers. Like, the numbers are going to go up when you open.
Right.
It's common sense.
Yeah,
and she's like, oh, numbers are rising, close.
My curiosity is, like, Detroit is a public place. Those sidewalks are public places. Like, to say if you don't have a ticket, don't come down here, I don't know, A, how you enforce that, or B, what the hell that even means. Because, like, are you telling me if I wanted to go to the Nike store, I wanted to go grab some food downtown tomorrow that I wouldn't be able to because I don't have a ticket? Like, that just makes no sense to me that that's the standard of, okay, we only want 8,000 people that aren't supposed to be here. And that's just not how it's going to work. People look forward to this opening day. And, you know, like you were saying, a lot of bars and stuff like that, like, they prepare for this, and it means so much to them. And the venue we're going to be at, luckily, they've been complying this whole time, you know, because I called them yesterday after this was sent down to be like, hey, you guys still doing it? And they're like, yeah, we're not really worried about it because we've always been doing the 50% capacity and only 100 heads in here. So it's not, you know, it's not really going to affect us. The big thing is, like, there's a bunch of bars that are trying to throw their normal opening day parties, and I think those are going to be the ones that get cracked down the most. But at the same time, I don't understand the mayor coming out and saying, if you don't have a ticket, you can't come down here. Like, you can't make those rules. It's a free country. I'm allowed to go wherever I want, if I have a ticket or not.
He said even more than that.
Oh, what else did he say?
If you think it's going to be one of those opening days where everybody fills up the bars and restaurants and nobody enforces it, you're wrong. We will shut them down, the bars and restaurants. We will fine them, and they could have their licenses suspended.
Yeah, that's always been the threat.
Here he said more. Next year, I'm hoping we will be back to a traditional opening day. It's a holiday in this town, but this year, given that COVID is rising, we are going to be enforcing the rules. Here's my thing. To your point, like, what the hell are people supposed to do? What if we just want to, like, hey, what if we just said, hey, we're not even doing an open day. We just want to go take a stroll down.
That's what I'm saying.
We're like, I mean, they're making this shit up as they go along. That's just what it comes down to. That is why you have people like the people in our comments, Fish. There is no good faith in what they're doing as far as these COVID protocols because none of the moves they are making make sense.
And listen, I feel for them. You know, I want to at least admit that I sympathize with them throughout the beginning of this because none of us saw this really coming. You got to act on the fly. A lot of pressure is on you. But it's just the continual stupidity that I'm not understanding. It's not justified. And I get it that there's these restrictions, and I hope every single bar follows it because they got to, or else they're going to get shut down. But them, that health department, the government officials, they are going to be out in full force, just trying to be out there like a parking enforcer, just looking, hawking every single business. So it's going to be scary on that end of it.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting scenario that's playing out downtown Detroit. Like, you know, because at first it was, we're only letting 1,000 people in. Okay, we're going to up that to 8,000 because things look good. Now it's okay. No, things aren't looking good. You're not able to tailgate. Okay, make sure that the bars, and I agree with that. Like, you know, if those are the rules that the bars need to be operating at 50% capacity at only 100 heads, then abide by the rules. That's been the standard now for a while, so that shouldn't be a big deal. But it also is on the bars to be responsible for how many people they let in. And if there is a bar that's going to be packed and wall to wall, maybe, not saying they deserve to be shut down, but at the same time, like, you know the rules. If you're acting outside of it, don't be surprised when someone rolls up and shuts it down.
You want to know what the problem is? And I'm about to be a snitch. Because it's ruining what we do. It's these damn clubs, man. I know of a lot of promoters out here that are throwing parties right now. I'm on Instagram. They are definitely not at 50% capacity. They are more like at 99% capacity without a mask in freaking sight. So, and the thing about it is, they're doing a disservice to everything getting back to normalcy. So I'm calling out some of those nightlife promoters and those clubs on those club nights. Y'all gotta chill the hell out, man. I understand y'all got a business and y'all trying to get things back to normal, but you can't have a sellout club and just because everybody got a mask you think it's cool. No, go ahead and listen to the guidelines so that everybody doesn't have to keep getting nickeled and dimed on these COVID protocols.
Now you a snitch, Corey.
You a snitch. No, I want to know, everybody that's watching right now, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, make sure you drop it in the comments whether you're going to opening day or not. And if you're not, is it because of COVID or is it just, you know, you couldn't get out of work or something like that? But let us know, because we did a Twitter poll a couple days ago and like 80% of the people said, nah, I ain't going this year.
That was before Duggan came out too.
Right, so that's what I'm wondering. You know, drop it in the chat right now, no matter what you're doing. Let us know. Are you going downtown for opening day or are you not? What you got to say, Fish?
As of yesterday, the police and the health department is being super hush-hush, be quiet, about how many people they're letting down. News companies like Channel 7, Channel 4, they don't even know how many people are going to be down there.
Yeah,
like
no one
the
does.
Police and the health department, they don't know how many people they're going to bring down.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how it's going to be. Like, are they going to bring, like, riot police to arrest people that are tailgating? Like, how is this going to go down? It's going to be interesting. We're going to be at the brass rail. Like I said, they've been very responsible, and they're only letting 100 people in. So we even have to, like, limit our staff that's going to be there for each show. It's only going to be, like, 5-6 people because, you know, that's 5-6% of the people they're allowed in their building, and we don't want to take too much money from these fine people letting us do our broadcast opening day at the brass rail. But with that being said, make sure you get down there if you want to be a part of it so you're one of the 100 in the bar. I think, you know, we're still going to have fun. Yeah. It's just not going to be debauchery like normal opening day.
It is. This is going to be different. It's going to be debauchery of us eating pizza.
Let's see. A lot of people saying, no, I'm not going because of COVID. That's what Greg says. Unfortunately, I have to work, but I'll be listening to you guys while I work. Thank you, Oris. So he's checking us out. That's on Facebook. And Greg saying, nope, he has COVID-19. That is on YouTube. So, yeah, I mean, lots of people just aren't going this year, which we'll see. I mean, there's no way it could be even close to what it's been the past couple of years. Like we were saying, maybe 50% of the crowd. I'm thinking like 1/5, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a total ghost town, but it's not going to have that same opening day that it usually does.
Yep. What's up, Fish?
I want your opinion on our staff, because we're going to be out there. Are you worried for our staff that they might ticket whoever's out there?
No, I'm not too concerned because we're not gonna be like stupid. I guess is the simplest way to put it. You know, we're not gonna act like we're above the law. We're gonna be down there just, you know, being us, not going out of our way to cause commotion or groups gathering, and we're just gonna walk around, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how hard they can enforce people walking around.
So you're not worried that a cop is gonna come up to, I'm not gonna say any names, but a cop's gonna come to one of our people on the streets and gonna say, "Hey, you have a ticket?" And they're gonna either say no, or they're gonna search the person, or whatever they can do.
That's
and
unlawful.
Then they're gonna...
There's no way they can do that. There's no way you can enforce if you don't have a ticket to a Tigers game, you're not allowed to be downtown.
Like, what the hell is that?
There's no way they give them.
But
a ticket.
the police is gonna say, this is what Mayor Duggan said: if you have no ticket, stay home.
Okay, and I'll say, that's fine. Well, what the Constitution says is I'm a free man and I can walk anywhere I want.
Well, they don't care about the Constitution.
Fine,
They're going to force the law.
I'm going to Avalon Bakery. I'm going to Under Armour. I'm going anywhere down Moose Jaw, wherever I want to go. How are you gonna enforce you can't come downtown if you don't have a ticket to a baseball game? That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense, and I don't know how they draw the line, and I don't know where the official downtown market. Like, there's just so many. When you make vague things like that, it doesn't make sense. Like, I can't go to Campus Martius tomorrow because I want to check it out.
The thing is, for me, is you just lose respect from your people. And that's the biggest issue that I have with it, because you can't come out there and say such a statement like that. I get what your goal is you're going at the restaurants and bars saying, hey, don't even try. But that's how you word it. You tell them that, hey, there's a little spike going on. Don't you dare try. But you can't say, if you don't have a ticket, don't come downtown.
Yeah, you can't. You just can't. It's nice that he said that, and I get the point he's trying to make, but like I said yesterday, it's not like Trick sitting on 8 Mile checking everybody that's heading south like, you got a ticket? You got a ticket? You got a ticket?
So let's have some fun with this. Where does this downtown line start? Does it really start like near, like somewhere near Wayne State, like around, the Majestic, like, do you cut it off somewhere after Little Caesars Arena? Like, where is this?
I think around the park. I think around the park they'll try and barricade some things off. And
so like the Foxtown area?
Yeah, but I'm going to be mad because I need my picture in front of the Tiger. That's tradition every single year.
Right. Well, you better...
Yeah, it's going to be anywhere by the stadium. This is where they're going to have the heaviest police, I would assume.
Okay, so, but what about like Eastern Market where everybody tailgates and stuff like that? I'm interested in being downtown tomorrow to see what happens. Because if I'm walking around and a cop comes up to me and he's like, where's your ticket? I'm going to be like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm just, the thing about it is, I understand what he's trying to say. I understand what Mayor Duggan's trying to say, just that when it's just stupid to say, because it leaves it open for us having a discussion about, well, what about this or what about that? It's just, you didn't even have to say it, honestly.
Right. Yeah, and like people are bringing this up in the chat. What if you have to work downtown? You have to get a ticket to go to work? It's a very strange standard that they set yesterday. But either way, we're going downtown. It's going to be a fun time. Be safe when you're down there. If you're going, please be smart. That's the biggest thing I've said throughout all this. Just don't be stupid, and it should solve a lot of our problems. Speaking of not stupid, Adam and his bets. We're going to do that coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fayette at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys and ladies. This is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking Thoroughgood boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show. It's, the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. My name is Stick. Every morning at 8:50, we bring on Adam to go over his bets of the day. Yesterday, how'd it look for you, Adam?
It wasn't so great. 2-3.
Michigan.
2-3. Who knew that both Michigan and UCLA were going to throw bricks at the baskets?
Yeah, if you had the under yesterday, you were sitting pretty that whole game. Like, you had nothing to worry about. The over-under was like 136.
Yep.
They scored a total of 100 points. That is some bad basketball. Fish loves that type of basketball, though. So who you got today, Adam?
Yeah, well, first the Detroit Pistons play tonight, and instead of betting against them because they're obviously huge underdogs, it's not worth the money. I'm actually going to take Portland to cover the spread, 6.5 points. I think Portland is miles ahead of where the Detroit Pistons are right now. They should win this game very, very easily. The next game will be the Pacers and the Heat. The Pacers and the Heat have failed to score 100 points each in their last 2 games. I'm definitely taking the under. If this was around 208, 209, I might have taken the over. But 216.5, I like that number. I'm very comfortable with it. Miami struggles offensively, so do Indiana. I expect a tight game, honestly, similar to Miami and the Knicks the other day. So I'll take the under in this game. And then, of course, stick your favorite segment.
Yeah.
Show up here.
5.5, baby.
5.5, baby. 5.5. Anytime I'm betting on hockey, I'm betting the over at 5.5. I'm going to take it with the Coyotes and the Avalanche tonight, and I'm going to take it between the Flames and the Canucks. Both of those games, pretty high-scoring teams. So the fact that those are set at 5.5, I love it. I love it. I love it. And you can tell it's actually minus 120. Typically, an over or an under will be at minus 110. So this is kind of a favorite. Like, they expect it to go over 5.5 goals. So I like the number a lot. And then Fish's favorite, I'm going to bet on a World Cup qualifier game. Italy play Lithuania, and I actually think this game goes over 3.5 goals. It's at plus 108. Italy have scored an average of 3.7 goals in their last 6 World Cup qualifier games.
Ooh.
So you got that one easy money on that one.
Oh yeah, well they play shit teams in Europe. You know?
I feel like there's just so many soccer teams to keep track of.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you'll look at a bracket or a group standing, and you'll see like Italy, Netherlands. You're like, wow, those are really good teams. And then you see like Lithuania and Gibraltar. Who the fuck is that?
Right.
And that's why they scored so many goals. So I'm definitely gonna take the goals in that game.
It's all 54 countries in Europe.
So there's 54 teams.
There's 54 teams. Yep.
Thank you, Fish. Appreciate that. Yeah, there's just it seems like there's just so much to keep track of in soccer, and they move up and down, right? Some they're pros this year, and then they're not the next year. So it's tough to keep track of.
Yeah,
sometimes.
That's a different debate. The We Are Soccer show on Saturday does a good job of talking about that. How the evolution of American soccer really depends on the investment from a relegation system. But
we've talked about that relegation system for other sports like football, basketball, and stuff like that. Imagine whoever wins the national championship takes over who lost or who was the worst
NIT
team in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like it would be interesting to see if that played out here, but there's too much money invested to have. All right, the franchise in Cleveland, no longer a franchise in Cleveland. They're not pros anymore.
I think for every sport it doesn't work. I just think for soccer it's really important because you're giving teams a chance to move up into the MLS and then back down to the secondary league. I think it'd be very helpful and really generational for all these kids that can grow.
Right. Well, let's run through your bets one more time for everybody. What are we looking at today?
I'll pick the Portland Trailblazers to cover 6.5 point spread. I think they beat the Pistons pretty handily tonight. I'll take the under between the Heat and the Pacers, 216.5. I don't see both of these teams going over 100 points. They're just in a funk right now. Both teams haven't scored 100 points in the last 2 games, so I'm happy with that number. And then, of course, my favorite number in hockey, 5.5. I always bet the over on the goals. I'll take 5.5 goals in the Avalanche Coyotes game and the Flames versus the Canucks game. And then we'll end it with a World Cup qualifier, Italy versus Lithuania. I think the game goes over 3.5 goals. I think Italy scores all those goals, honestly. I don't expect Lithuania to do anything. I think Italy wins this game 4-0. And if you want to parlay them, a $20 parlay wins you about $490. So it's not a bad bet.
Nice.
But we're trying to recover. We've had 2 losing days now in the last 2 weeks. That is the first time, like, ever. Usually we're 3-2 at minimum, but we're gonna pull up our socks and get back.
Nice.
Get back to our winning ways.
No, I mean, look at your overall record. You're plus 40, so I think you're doing okay on your bets. Even if you chip away at it, it's those 0-5 nights that really kill you. But 2-3, you're still pretty much breaking even, depending on where you put your money. So, I mean, that's not bad, but to you, it's bad.
Yeah. No, well, I'm disappointed for people that actually take my bets. So I don't like showing up 2-3 or even 3-2 for them.
No, people are saying in the chat, man, like, hey, my favorite time of the day, this is when Adam makes me money.
All right, that's good.
So,
well,
shout out to Rod Connington.
You always mention, too, listen, it's not about only doing the parlay. That's some little extra money on the side. It's the statistics that you're having with that plus 40 that if you listen to Adam, you're going to come up on top. It's just the numbers.
Look, I mean, if you just go from the beginning when we first started this and you put $5 on every game, right now you would have won 103 games and you would have lost 63. And that means $5 over that period of 103 wins would have won you a significant amount. And you would have lost a little bit, but you would have well been plus. So let's say 140 games times 5, we're looking at $700. You'd probably be sitting with $1,050, So you would have profited a good chunk.
And that's what it's about, man.
That's it. It's so simple.
Chip it away, making that money. You're not trying to, what do they say? You're not trying to skin the cat. You're just trying to shear the sheep.
You're not trying to win. Look, baby steps. You're not trying to win everything in one day. You're not trying to make a $500 bet on one game and then you lose it and it fucks everything up. Every day.
Sometimes you're trying to do that.
Sometimes. When you feel really good about something. But
right.
We're not. I'm not going to encourage that yet.
Well, thank you, Adam, for coming on every morning at 8:50 with your bets of the day. I always look forward to it. And like we said, if you want to make your bets and follow Adam's lead, make sure you go to mybookie.com today. It's real simple. You can sign up using promo code Woodward, and we will match the first deposit up to 50%. So you put in $1,000, we're hooking you up with a free $500, and it's so easy to do. You know, some of these sites make you jump through all these hoops to sign up. I was able to sign up for MyBookie within like 3 minutes. Like, it was so easy, and then I was off and gambling on the tournament and doing what I had to do. And so, you know, Final Four is coming up. Get some money in it with mybookie.com. We're going to come back. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. Coney Review.
Welcome to Crumble Cookies. It is Joey from Woodward Sports, and this is my new favorite spot where I like to spend my time because they have the best cookies I've ever had in my entire life, and you won't regret coming here and trying them. Located off of Rochester Road, right next to the Imagine Theaters in Rochester Hills, it's Crumble Cookies. Come try these delicious cookies. They even got their own app. They got curbside pickup. They got delivery. You won't regret it. Just come try for yourself. You'll thank me later. I promise.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. My name is Stick, and every Wednesday, me and my man Joey, we go out and we try a coney in the city. Well, pretty much in Metro Detroit. I mean, we've been all over. We've been to Rochester. We've been to Waterford. Where else have we been?
We've literally gone to every single city you could imagine.
The only place we haven't really been is downriver.
Yeah, downriver is really the only spot we haven't been to. I mean,
so if you know of a good downriver coney, drop that in the comments right now because we want to hit up downriver soon.
I want to preface this by saying don't take Stick's advice. Do not. Because Stick has been telling me about his coney that he always used to go to. And when I tell you that I never in my life thought that I would have a shitty coney, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
Listen, I preface this by this was my go-to spot when I was drunk after the club.
Don't matter.
It's like on 6 Mile and 75, essentially, 6 Mile in Oakland. So we wanted to go to it. I wanted to sample it. I wanted to show Joey. And honestly, I remember it being good, but that was a couple years ago. And we went in, and this may be our first not-so-great coney review.
Don't even use the word not so great. Awful. This was a garbage coney review.
Well, let's watch it and see what happened. All right, it's Wednesday, so it's time for another coney review. This place has a special place in my heart. I went to University of Detroit, and it also used to be the stop that I would make after the club nights when I was hosted in Detroit. You take 75 straight up, get off at 6 Mile, wind up right here at Oakland and 6 Mile to Motor City, Coney Island. Open 24 hours a day, but I gotta admit, I don't think I've ever eaten this silver.
Really?
Yeah, so
we're here, McNichols. Let's see what it's all about then.
Let's go.
We got the dogs.
Yeah, you couldn't eat inside. That's all right. So we got the dogs. Like I said, this is my spot. Motor City Coney, Oakland Avenue and 6 Mile in Detroit. Right off 75. Great spot after the bar. So, Joey, you ready to try this?
Honestly, this might really be good sober.
Do it.
Let's do the wiener touch.
Wiener tap. Here we go.
Oh, man,
Nope.
That wiener snap was awful. Ooh.
It actually had a snap, though.
It's kind of cold. 100% this dog's been sitting there for a minute.
This is cold as hell. Is yours cold?
The chili's good, yeah, it's cold. The chili's great, though. You know, I'm pissed because that's one thing you can't do is you can't have the dog sitting out there for too long because then it's going to turn like that. The snap is like, you got to like...
It's like a rubber snap.
Yeah, it's a rubber snap. That's one thing I hate with my dogs, too.
All right, 1 out of 3, 1 3. What you giving this? Probably like a wiener pop more than a snap.
Yeah, I'm going in the ones. This is my first ones. I'm going low. 198.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be my lowest score, too. I got to go like 210, maybe. 210.
So 2 sticks point. Where we at? Motor City, Coney Island. Only good when drunk.
Yeah, make sure you come here after the bar. And I bet that's when they have the conies really rolling, too.
Yeah.
I mean, we are here a little bit early, but
We are. Still, that's no excuse. We even told them before that we're going in for a coney review. Come on. Still can't waste a coney dog,
I
though.
was going to say, that's the first coney I'm not finishing. Fuck, man. I thought my hood coney would be good.
You let me down.
I'm sorry. All right, so honestly, man, this is the worst coney we've been to so far, Joey.
Yeah.
But we're, 9, 10 in, so that's okay.
It ain't bad. I mean, it just shows how good the other conies were.
Yep.
At least their fries are good, though.
24 hours, though, late night in a pinch if you want a coney. I still recommend this. It still brings back memories, but middle of the day lunch, you don't want a cold hot dog with cheese.
I would say I'd rather go to the gas station across the street, but can't really do that. Ace Hardware got some food in there. I'm going to Ace Hardware.
Fries are good, though, right?
Fries are good.
What'd you give them?
I gave them a 198.
And I'm at 210. So, Motor City, if you want to try it, on 6 Mile, right here at 6 Mile and Oakland.
I'm sure someone wants to try it after that.
Where to next? Let us know. So, yeah, man.
We were nice.
I'm so disappointed in both of you.
Why?
Because you violated the #1 rule when going to a Detroit coney. If it doesn't look like you can lose your life on the outside of the coney, then it ain't good.
I mean, this is pretty close there.
They
have bulletproof glass everywhere, man.
Yeah, I mean, what defines that?
Everywhere in Detroit has bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It's just that coney on the outside looked too nice. It looked too well up. You got to go to somewhere where it looked like, man, if I park here, I might get shanked or carjacked. That's when you know you're about to get a fire-ass coney in Detroit.
So you're telling me 6 Mile in Oakland isn't hood enough for you?
I mean, 6 Mile in Oakland is hood enough, but again, they renovated that outside of that coney. It looked too nice.
Inside looked nice too.
It looked too nice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, all the hood ones, they still look gutter. That's when you know you got a good coney.
Well, then I guess that was our problem. But honestly, I've been going to that coney I've been going to for at least 20 years. Wow. And that was the worst experience I've had there. But like I said, it's normally after the club when, 3 a.m. and you're just looking to eat anything and a coney sounds good. So you stop off at that one. And
you need them drunk carbs.
Yeah, for sure. Before you get home, you smash that coney and then you're all good.
The best part was the way we ended that. We were like, well, if you wanted to come try a Motor City coney, ain't nobody going to try that after that review.
Why not? I mean, some people want to try the good and the bad. They want to see how bad it is, too.
Go ahead. Make sure, what time they make coney dogs, Abby? Make sure you get there at open.
Yeah.
Because we got them coney dogs about 5 hours too late.
But that's what I was thinking. Like, we should come there at like 2 a.m. after the club, and I bet you that's when all the conies are fresh. Because my dog was cold. It was like rubber. Thinking back, I gave it way too of a high score. I did. I should have been way under you, Joey. But
I mean, that's just the thing. Is like when I took that first bite, I knew right away. I was like, this is awful. But you can't do the disrespect to Detroit with the coney dogs. You still got to finish it.
Right. Well, that's our Coney review. We do it every Wednesday, and shout out to Motor City Coney. Thank you guys for having us. It was a fun experience. I'm glad you guys got to see where I used to go, though.
You know where we're going next week?
Where?
Can we tease where we're going next week?
Oh, yeah. Where do you want to? We tried to go this week.
We tried to go this week. The hours say 24 hours, but we're going to go check out Tone Tone's new spot. Not Coney Island. This is the first Tony Island we're going to.
Yeah, and you know what I really didn't like? Everybody was saying that it got boarded up because it got shot up. No, they're right now they have reduced hours until they get their whole staff going. So it's from 3 to 8 right now, but they're eventually going to be 24 hours with armed security.
Yeah. We stopped by there. It was a bit early, though, so they were like, oh, we're not open till 3. We're like, damn it. And that's when I was like, all right, guys, let's go to my ghetto Coney. And unfortunately, it did not work out for us. So we posted a picture or whatever you want to call it. It's not really a meme. It's just a question up on our social media yesterday about what number in Detroit means the most to you. And let's get into this. There's some of the numbers right there. So I want you to think about this. And you know what? If you feel like calling in and talking to us about this, we can do that this morning too. 313-552-6322. That's 313-552-6322 is our phone number. If you have somebody or a number in mind that means something to you, call up and let us know. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back on the Woodward Sports Network. Advantage of their dank deals. They got everything so you can grow the best possible product you can. Even nutrients, water, and look, you just turn around and your very own. Now that he's fully bloomed, he's beautiful and ready to go. Thank you, Grow Green, for supplying us with everything we need. Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick. This is Detroit's all-digital sports network, and today we are talking about what number in Detroit sports means the most to you. Our man, I'm assuming Nick Leach made this because this is such a Nick Leach question. And shout out to Nick Leach. He's the man. And if you want to call in and get a part of this right now, 313-552-6322 is our phone number. And you can call in, Fish will answer the phone and put you on with us. But let's throw that graphic up real quick. And we can go over this. Is that you calling, Corey?
I mean, the thing, too, you first look at this graphic and I'm like, I know he probably is the biggest Detroit legend, but I don't know if I could go with Joey Harrington for number 3. I thought about it. I just don't know if I could do it.
Setup.
When you see number 3, that's who you think of, Joey Harrington?
100%. It's weird. I don't know why, but I see it because I have a signed jersey at home, so it's like, I don't know why I still have that sign. It's actually the first signed jersey I've ever received in my life. Just to admit that.
So, for you guys, what number, when you see it, is instantly iconic Detroit? Because there's a couple up there that aren't up there that I think, too. But what do you guys think?
First one that sticks out to me like a sore thumb is number 11.
11?
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go with Iserman, and that would not be a bad pick at all. But Isaiah just sticks out to me because when I think about that Detroit swagger, that Detroit versus everybody, an athlete who really embodied what the city is about, from toughness, grit, blue collar, and not giving a damn about anybody, number 11.
Number 11?
For me, it's number 19 because like everyone just called him 19. You know, like number 19. It's captain, number 19. But then I think in a couple of years, once Stafford retires, everybody started calling him number 9, number 9. So it's like, it just really depends because it depends on what time you grew up in life because these numbers are all going to have different meanings to you. But 19 for me definitely sticks out the most.
Number 9 for me is associated with misery.
Number 9. Yeah, so Christopher Smith, he's in the chat right now. He's saying Barry at number 20. Matt Murphy saying got to be number 19. And I think, you know, when you look at the captain and you look at what he built here in Detroit, like that is the guy, you know, like number 19. For me, the number that's missing from that list is number 81. There's no Calvin Johnson on that list. And when I think Calvin Johnson, when I see 81, I think Calvin Johnson, great receiver, and probably the best thing the Lions have ever had outside of Barry Sanders.
I would think number 81 before I think number 9 for Stafford.
Yeah, for sure.
Most definitely, because you can make an argument that Calvin Johnson during his time was one of the best ever. Like he was on that trajectory to becoming one of the best ever at his position. Matthew Stafford, good quarterback.
See, but that's as a sports fanatic. Imagine you go up to just a random, doesn't know anything about sports, and you go up to him and say, hey, what number was Calvin Johnson? I guarantee you they won't know that before they know what number was Matthew Stafford.
What?
No.
Get the hell out of here.
If you did
Get
not,
the hell out of here.
If anything, they would be on the same par, but it wouldn't be one.
No, fuck that. One's a Hall of Famer, man.
I know,
what are we doing?
But I feel like everybody, because of Kelly Stafford, it branched out to be more than just football, where people would just know number 9 because Kelly was always wearing that number 9.
To me, when I saw number 9 up there, I'm thinking Gordie Howe. I'm not even thinking Matthew Stafford.
I mean, it's just
Stafford isn't even the best number 9 in the city.
No, definitely not. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, so when I see number 9, I'm not even thinking Matthew Stafford.
81 is big. Got to be up there. Big play, CJ. He's up. Him and Barry are the 2 greatest Lions.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying what someone that doesn't know sports would probably think.
We should do that. We should randomly do that. Go walk up to people and ask them questions.
Let's do that.
Fish, you got somebody on the line? I love that. Fish, you got it on the line?
Yes, we do. It's your favorite person. I'm going to put him up.
It's got to be Spiro.
And surprise you guys, so he should be on the air.
Hey, Justin, right?
I have been begging for a phone line for months, and here it is. This is a big day. I'm very excited.
Turn him up a bit, Fish.
Should we even ask, who is this?
So, Justin.
Yeah, turn me all the way up. I don't know what. This thing, you guys are talking about number 9, and the first name you go to is Matthew Stafford. It's obviously 9, but not for Matthew Stafford, for Gordie Howe. Gordie Howe transcends Detroit. It is iconic everywhere in the country where they care about hockey, and north of the border as well in Canada. Nobody in Manitoba gives two hoots in hell about Matt Stafford or Isaiah Thomas. Gordie Howe is an international icon. It's obviously number 9. Obviously. It's not close.
See, but what's the question here that we're asking? I want you to go back to that, because are you saying, like, what's the most recognizable? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Or are you saying who's the biggest legend rocking the number?
It's both. Gordie Howe would be the answer to either one. Number 9 is one of the guy's nicknames, literally. It's like Mr. Hockey, number 9. Nobody calls Steve Yzerman number 19. He's the captain. I mean, he's iconic in his own way.
And nobody calls Matthew Stafford Mr. Football.
But they call him 9. They call thank you 9. That's what everybody's been saying recently. So it's like, it brings up the argument. I mean, if we're having the biggest legend, no doubt you're giving that to Gordie Howe. I agree with you on that, Justin.
So, Justin,
I don't know. I mean, I think he satisfies either way.
Justin, where are you at this morning? Where are you calling in from? Caller, where are you at?
Well, I'm in Rochester, but I'm on the freeway going to my office now. So I was at the corporate office. Now I'm going to the other office. So that's we're in commute right now. But I'm hands-free, so you will not be the cause of my death today, I'm proud to say.
Ah, man, I'm very happy about that. That makes my heart happy. And you were saying Corey's going to be on your podcast coming up soon?
Well, if he starts answering my calls, I feel like it's when I was trying to get a hold of Chrissy back in the day, it's like trying to get a hold of an Instagram model to get Corey to respond. I thought he was going to be on the show, and now I'm not so sure. I'd love to have him. He's had a very bad week of takes. It's been a rough week. I was told this morning that Michigan State fans are not allowed to root against their rival in the tournament, that it's like somehow taboo. That was bizarre. I'm curious if the Michigan fans that he knows were actively indifferent about Texas Tech and Michigan State in 2019. I happen to know a lot of Michigan fans. They all were rooting against Michigan State in that Final Four game 2 years ago, even though they had lost to Texas Tech the week prior. So that was a bad take. And I'm not even going to get started on Andre Drummond, because that'll just take over the rest of the hour. But that was brutal. I hope that Corey comes in. I like Corey. I respect him. It's been a bad week, and we can hash it out on my show in a longer form.
All right, love it. Well, thank you for calling in, Justin Spiro. I'm sure Corey's got a lot to say to that, so we'll hook you two up, and you guys can spar one-on-one. But, yeah.
Oh, I'm about to burn Spiro Ave down to the ground.
Yeah.
With a flamethrower.
But, yeah.
I love you guys. Keep up the great work, guys. Love you guys, and I'm enjoying the show as always.
Hey, thank you, Justin.
Thanks, Justin.
We appreciate that. And anybody else who want to get in on this conversation, 313-552-6322 is the phone number. You could call up and tell us what number means the most for you. I'm going through the chat right now and seeing Jerry Noble, our old friend Jerry Noble, commented number 6, Al Kaline is his. Number 23, Kirk Gibson. My mom, Dawn, loves Kirk Gibson. 24, Miggy and Chelios. So that's kind of a double dip when you come to 24. And I think 24 is another good number, too.
What's your pick?
My pick, 81.
81.
When I see 81, like, it just is ingrained to me that that's Calvin. And 24, honestly. Like, it used to be when I saw 24, I thought Ken Griffey Jr. But now when I see 24, I think Miguel Cabrera. And looking over at YouTube as well, we got people commenting that Howe was a winner, and he actually was the only number 9 that should ever be recognized. That's from D-Town on YouTube.
Can't get mad at that.
No, you can't. So I thought this was a fun question. Fish, when you think of Detroit sports, what number means the most to you?
I don't know. I don't really think of a number when I think of Detroit. I think of Detroit, the city.
All right, fair
I think
enough.
of all 4 sports teams, and I'm proud to be in a city that has that.
Yeah. 10 meant a lot to me as a kid. When I saw 10, I would always think Dennis Rodman. And that was my dude growing up. So 10 means a lot to me. I mean, what about you, Alex? You have any favorite numbers when you think of Detroit sports?
I would say probably 9.
Put the camera on you so people can see your beautiful face.
I would say probably number 9. I agree with Joey, though. I think people would recognize Stafford's number over Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, all
just because he's the quarterback, people are more familiar with that. Even though Johnson's a Hall of Famer, but I definitely agree with what Joey's saying there.
I think it's two different questions. It's the sports fan
no,
and
that's
the
not
casual
what I asked.
fan.
I didn't ask the sports fan, though. You had that whole argument when I asked you for someone that does not know sports, and you had that argument
I
saying
still think
that
it'll be 81, but I'm just saying it's still two different. I think it's still two different conversations.
if you're a sports fan all day, it better be 81.
I think even if you're a casual fan, you know the name Calvin Johnson before you know Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, but it's just you look at Kelly and what she did to build that brand for
Are we talking
9.
about Matthew or are we talking about
But I mean it's both in the same thing. I'm just saying someone that does not know sports.
Right, but you're saying
guarantee
number
you,
9 is more famous because of his wife, not because of anything he did.
It adds to it.
Yeah.
You're going to know Matthew Stafford because you're a sports fan.
Well, even then, that's even worse. You're more famous because of your wife, not because of what you did on the damn field.
I'm not saying that I'm clapping for that. I'm just saying, based off of the number, what's more recognizable?
I think we should do that experiment. Walk around Detroit and ask people, hey, what does number 9 mean to you in sports? And see if they go Gordie Howe or see if they do Matthew Stafford.
No. The question to this is Calvin Johnson, what number was he? Matthew Stafford, what number was he? And see how many get it right versus get it wrong.
Let's do that today. Let's walk around Birmingham and do that today.
All right,
You want to?
I'll do it.
Okay, we're going to do that today. So there were some workouts yesterday. Did you guys see the Alabama workout and the Ohio State workout at all?
Seeing some of the Ohio State workout, me and Scott Bischoff were filling in for Legion of Bell, saw a couple of things come down, and damn, Justin Fields.
Yeah. So
I didn't waste my time looking at Alabama's workout.
Let's do this. We got some video of the combine. It's not a combine, but their pro day. We got video of pro day, and we'll discuss that coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech. The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. And shout out to everybody that's been participating in the show this morning on all of our social platforms at Woodward Sports, and everybody who's downloaded our app and given us that 5-star review. We appreciate that. Our app is free and available for download right now on Apple or Google Play stores. Yesterday, pro days for Alabama and Ohio State, which pretty much means pro days for everybody in the top 10 of the draft. I mean, they just worked out everybody that was in the draft yesterday. The biggest name that's been blowing up right now has been Mac Jones. Like, when we were discussing quarterbacks and who the Lions could even take at 7, Mac Jones wasn't even the top 4 quarterback conversation. Now it's looking like he will be taken number 3 overall by the San Francisco 49ers. And here he is throwing to Devontae Smith, which is another guy that we like. Obviously, they have great timing together. They've been working together for a long time in college. And there he is overthrowing. And look at Bill Belichick. No, not my quarterback.
They got an ugly-ass facility, by the way.
Yeah, show that overthrow again, because I just love Bill Belichick. You don't know if he's answering a question, but they immediately cut to this after that pass, so you can interpret that how you want. Was he just like, not drafting this motherfucker? Like, he missed a pro day pass.
I mean, you look at the draft, though, that's the only quarterback that fits a Bill Belichick style.
Yes, yep, but it also fits a Kyle Shanahan style, and that's why the 49ers gave up a decent amount to go get him, even though they still have Jimmy Garoppolo on the roster. But really seeing that from Mac Jones, I mean, we saw the crazy throw by Wilson. Justin Fields has his. We're going to look at some video of that coming up. But I didn't see anything super impressive out of Mac Jones in his workout.
It was all right.
It was all right.
The disadvantage is he doesn't have the wheels. And when you look at like what everyone's talking about, it's, Justin
Zach.
No.
Who? Trey?
Justin Fields. I couldn't think of Fields. Justin Fields got this 4.44, so it's like everyone looks at that and they're like, wow. With Mac Jones, I mean, you get what you get out of a Mac Jones.
He runs a 6'4".
great quarterback.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Yeah, it's been very interesting watching all of these quarterback trends. I was kind of going over it yesterday when I was filling in on the hook with Darren McCarty, Maz. Pilar is back today, so I will not be on from 3 to 5. But you've seen like quarterback trends go like this. You know, Trevor Lawrence has stayed at the top. Zach Wilson at the bottom. All of a sudden, boom, number 2 guy. You know, Justin Fields is kind of just kind of bobbed there, up and down, up and down. But now you're seeing Mac Jones, who was all the way at the bottom, just become the number 3 quarterback off the board for no reason, which I love because it's pushing down more players to us at 7.
Go ahead and continue to reach, please. Do everything you can so that the Lions can keep on sitting pretty with this number 7 pick. I love the fact that the 49ers are going to go ahead and grab Mac Jones. Thank you. Because in my opinion, what I think that would do is that may push one of those quarterbacks down closer towards the Lions. Now, does that mean the Lions draft a quarterback? No, it doesn't. But what they can do is they can dangle that like a carrot and tease they're going to draft one of those QBs and rob one of those teams blind for everything that they need. So I love it.
What if everyone's doing that with Mac Jones right now? And then just no one
just
scoops him up. Just hypes him up, hoping they get another one to fall for the bait, and then they just don't draft him till like the 2nd round.
Hey, if they pull it off, man, they're smart as hell. Gas up Mac Jones so you get the guy you really want, and then steal Mac Jones later. That's smart play, and that's, you know, we talked about it yesterday. That's what I love that the Lions are doing this offseason is I don't know what the hell they're going to do, and that's exactly where I should be as a fan and an outsider of the organization. Last year, I knew what they were going to do going into the draft, and it cost them a lot of draft capital.
The poker face by the Lions right now, it looks like, what does it look like? Oh, it looks like something what a real GM would do.
Ooh, damn, Corey.
I mean, we just, come on, we saw it last year. It was just bad. Like, now at least we're like, okay, the Lions could go in this direction. They could go in that direction.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, we ain't got to trade them with the Lions. We already know who they're going with. We ain't got to give them no capital.
Yep.
Yeah, everything the Lions are doing has made sense, and that's all you want out of your leadership. Just, does this make sense? Is it something I can get behind? And this makes sense. So I'm glad. But what doesn't make sense to me is the Mac Jones jumping up to number 3, even though he had a great pro day.
Stupid.
But Justin Fields was also on the field yesterday, and we talked about him. He's running that 4.4 40, which is the fastest 40 time since RG3, I believe, in 2013. And here you go, another fading away pass. This is a little different than the Zach Wilson one because the wide receiver was running the other way, going on a different route. But still, that is an impressive throw by a quarterback. And then here's a play. I just wanted to highlight his speed. Look at him catch up.
And it's not only the speed, it's the effort. The effort is what matters most.
Little block in the back there, but that's okay. He tried. He tried.
He got ahead of him a little bit on that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Play that back. Now that I'm looking at that, that could have been a very severe block in the back.
They were talking about that when that play happened.
Yeah. Does he get in front of him enough? But still, you see the closing speed there. Like, he's outrunning a running back that's trying to score.
That sucks to be Michigan State. This play has been replayed 1,000 times every time seeing that score, 28-0.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
No, somebody commented in the chat, wasn't his 40 time under a 5, like a 4.6 or a 4.8 for Jones? I was joking when I said it was 6.4. Like, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, I believe it was somewhere close to a 5. It wasn't, damn near wasn't a 4.4, though.
But, I mean, you already know that you're getting a great precision quarterback out of Mac Jones. So, like, what more are you looking for in a player like that on his pro day?
Right.
And Mac Jones ran a 4.79.
4.79. Yeah, so he's not like super slow, but you know those 0.3 seconds mean a lot in the NFL. That's the difference between a linebacker that runs a 4.8 and being able to catch you compared to a linebacker running a 4.5, and that totally changes the game.
I'm just ticked at Justin Fields, man, because I remember I used to have hair like that, and I just cut it for no reason.
You didn't cut it for no reason.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just.
You cut it because somebody called you Paul Pierce.
Yeah, that's why.
That is, if you need a reason to cut your hair, it's when anybody's like, "Dude, you look like Paul Pierce." You're like, I have a horse face and I look like shit up top.
I think I cut that within 24 hours.
Yeah, never compare me to Paul Pierce on any level. That guy sucks. I hate Paul Pierce. He was not the truth. Like, great nickname, wrong dude to have it. Like, that is such a good nickname, The Truth. And he was great at Kansas, but come on, you want to talk about, like, an overrated NBA player?
Blame Shaq.
Couldn't win a championship until he got Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, and, you know, he had Fatwan Walker playing with him for a long time, and they could never...
Fatwan Walker.
Dude, that guy with a pack of hot dogs on the back of his neck. Yeah, I hated that team. I hated that Celtics team so much.
Oh, you had to. You
Brian
can't like
fucking
that team.
Scalabrine. Remember
The White
that
Mamba.
red hair?
We got Scalabrine when he was with the Nets and when he went to the Celtics.
You know what? We got to pull up that video. There's apparently some guy that was trash talking Brian Scalabrine, and they went on the court, and Scalabrine just whooped his ass.
What do you mean? Like in
That was
basketball,
recent,
or
right?
like whooped his ass?
Like whoop on the court, like just embarrassed him.
Listen, Scalabrine can ball. We all know that. It's just he always picked his best games against the Pistons in the playoffs for some reason. Like
the White Mamba.
Oh, God. That's a disrespectful. That's disrespectful to Kobe, man.
Hey,
he is not the White Mamba.
Kobe thought it was funny. That's
exactly.
nothing wrong with it.
Kobe thought it was funny. He didn't take that shit serious at all. That is a joke. It is a pure joke. Scalabrine, love you, buddy, but you are not even close to Kobe. Damn, man, I can't even believe we had that. We just had a Brian Scalabrine Kobe conversation on this show. Like we've lost all credibility on everything ever. We can never speak again.
I mean, real talk, who you taking?
Jesus. I was just going to make a horrible joke, so we're going to move on from this. Coming up next, we got Joey's News. We'll do that on the Woodward Sports Network. Thanks for waking up with us this morning and commenting and being a part of the show. I mean, we're inside Grow Green right now, and they have everything. I'm talking, you got your active air fans, you got your big lights over there, big pots, little pots, and Joey, what are you doing right now?
Get some sun.
That's not what those lights are for.
Feels nice.
Go to Grow Green MI today to get all your growing needs and a tan. Let's do some Joey's News. Let's get into it, buddy. Oh, damn, Corey.
I didn't do it. You good over there, Corey? I'm all right.
Alrighty, so we're starting this off from first four to final four.
I'm going to hate that.
It's the last time I'm ever say that in my life, I promise. Number 1, Michigan losing in the Elite 8 yesterday against number 11, UCLA, by 2 points. And this was one of the last attempts from Franz Wagner. Whoa! Oh.
Can we play back that Carlton clip, too? Let me just play back Carlton every time. Here's Franz Wagner taking his airball shot.
It looked good. And there's Johnny Buckets here who, lit us up, dropping 28 points. It was literally...
Finish him.
You said how many points he had? 53% of the team's points?
55% of their team's points.
Yeah. Well, there's that. I mean... You look at this entire team, and I honestly could say right now that I hate Drew Zhang's name more than Appalachian State officially. And I never thought that I would say that.
No, that's fair, because at least with Appalachian State, that was just like, that was a good play they made.
Yeah.
This guy, the whole game, single-handedly downed Michigan.
Single-handedly.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough.
So UCLA versus Gonzaga in the Final Four, and that's going to be a good one right there, because we go back 15 years ago when UCLA had that miraculous win at the end of the game against Gonzaga, and we go back to some old footage here. You remember
2006.
Do you remember this? I actually do remember this.
Yeah, that was a good game, man.
Yeah.
God, I miss fans in the stands so much,
Right.
though. Like, anytime I watch any of these old highlights, fans in the stands, man.
Look at that hustle, though. Diving on the floor to steal the ball.
Right.
You got to love that grind there. We just talked about a little pro day recap yesterday. Justin Fields had one hell of a pro day. You see in this first clip, throwing a perfect dime, rolling out left. Beautiful ball.
That's a great throw right there.
And then one of the fastest 40 times in a quarterback. You see him running a 4.44, and the dude just looks great shape. And it's crazy because you look at him and you're like, that's not a quarterback build. But in 2021, yes, it is.
That's Joey's man crush right there.
Yeah,
that is your man crush.
It's just, how fun would that be to have that style? I mean, I'm happy now we got Jared Goff, so I don't think we really have a major need for him. If he's on the board, would I take him? Probably, but it's just, man, that would be a fun one to watch. And then we go on to the NBA, and rumor has it that LeBron James started recruiting Steph Curry at All-Star break. What do you guys think about this? Steph is eligible for a contract extension this summer.
I don't see Steph Curry leaving where he is. I mean, he built that franchise. He is that franchise. If he turned his back on Golden State to go play for the Lakers, that would shock the hell out of me. Honestly, I see LeBron going to Golden State before I see Steph going to the Lakers.
I got to let you guys know something. LeBron James and Stephen Curry are going to team up at next year's All-Star game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Or the Olympics. You know, we can do Olympics.
Olympics would be nice. And what about this nice play right here? Russell Westbrook is on a new poster board.
The Brody.
Dude, this was such a great dunk.
Oh
Russell Westbrook
my
is so
gosh.
powerful. Ugh. Take that. Take that.
What's his vertical? I want to know his vertical on there. I can't even get 5 inches off of the ground, and he just soared.
Yeah. He's a beast, man. He's an athletic monster.
Just such a beautiful one right there. I just want to give a quick little shout out to northwesterntech.edu. That's the website that you got to check out right now, because Northwestern Tech, they have a 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program, and let's be honest, right now is the perfect time. We're all at home. It's the perfect time for you to learn a new trade and start an entirely new career if that's been something you've been thinking about. So northwesterntech.edu. It's Northwestern Tech, the HVAC school that works.
Yeah, thank you for that, Joey, and thank you for your news. Whew, man.
It's been a day.
I'm still in shock from Michigan getting their ass beat last night.
I'm just mad that we stayed up so freaking late for that outcome.
I wanted to show this. I saw this funny meme. There's no teams, now that Michigan, they were already the furthest east team left. Now that Michigan's gone, like the teams that are all left in the Final Four are all West, super West teams. Alex, you got that funny video? Because this cracked me up this morning. Like the confused one. Like, oh, well, where's the East Coast? Where's the East Coast? Because Texas and West is where basketball is being played right now. You got Houston, Baylor, UCLA, and Gonzaga.
That's crazy.
This is a very lively Final Four.
Yeah, you're not happy about it?
No.
Why not?
I mean, I didn't want to see Michigan lose like that.
You came in this morning chipper as hell that Michigan lost.
Like you were happy.
I was chipper that I won money. I was chipper that I got to shut my dumbass Spartan friends up. I wasn't chipper that they lost. I was actually really hurt, and I had to get that off my chest.
Right. So how you guys looking in your brackets right now? I mean, we did the Woodward Sports brackets with Hall Financial. The contest is still going on. Obviously with the Final Four, you get a little better layout of who is left and how everybody's faring in this. Joey, I know your sister-in-law was sitting at number 7 yesterday.
Yep.
How's she looking now?
She's at number 8.
Ooh, all right.
And you look at it, I mean, pretty much everybody that is alive right now probably had Michigan going to win that game,
right?
If not all the way to win it all. So that's the only one where she went wrong on.
How's everybody else's brackets doing? That's what I want to know.
I dropped to the thousands, man.
You dropped to the thousands? I'm at 119 right now, but I'm done. I have no more. I had Michigan into the finals, and obviously I had Illinois, but that did not happen.
So it'll probably drop some.
So we're looking at our top 5 right now, and these are the people that are going to be taking home some prizes. We got Durf at number 1 right now with a total of 71. His potential 76. Eric 76 is up there. JLB 2532. Lucky Tyler and TMT 30. Those are the top 5 that we got right now in our Woodward Sports bracket. Anybody else, let us know how you're doing in your brackets. This has been the fun thing. I was talking to my mom last night. She's like, even though I don't really know, it was fun to keep track.
Heck yeah.
And that's really what March Madness and the brackets are all about. Just getting involved in the game and having fun with it.
Question, who is in the running for this toilet, though?
Ooh, let me look. Yeah, because last place gets a toilet.
It doesn't let you go all the way down.
Alex, how you looking? You were sitting at what, like 27 yesterday? So how you looking, Alex? And then let me see potential score.
It doesn't let you go all the way down.
I'm at 24 right now, but I had Illinois as well,
okay.
and Illinois and Michigan.
So you're pretty much done too.
Yeah.
No, I mean you can click on potential score and it'll show you who's got the lowest. That's how you can sort and find out. Right now, Arctic Circle Brewing Company We got to see if that's like a local company or not. Because that's a great way to get a shout-out. They just got a shout-out by naming their bracket that. So Arctic Circle Brewing Company right now is sitting in dead last place. Total score 53, potential score 53. So they're done.
They're in New Baltimore, Michigan.
Nice. Well, shout out to them. They're going to get probably a new toilet if this thing keeps playing out, man. That's amazing. So, yeah, keep track of your brackets. Let us know how yours is doing. Drop it into the chat right now. We appreciate that. We got Detroit Dog Rescue here, and every Wednesday we try to get some dogs adopted, and, you know, this is such a great thing to be a part of the city. Their Instagram, they have a great Instagram following and their social media, and we try to get this out there so everybody knows if you need a pup, Detroit Dog Rescue is where you got to go, and we're going to talk to them next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Morning, Art. Good morning, D-Mac.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you guys for waking up with us this morning. The sun's shining out. It's looking beautiful on Woodward. And every Wednesday, we bring in the Detroit Dog Rescue. They bring in a puppy, and we get to try to get them adopted. And so many people, like, this is one of the coolest parts that we do on the morning show because we get these guys adopted. We get them homes. I adopted a dog from them. Corey's mom adopted a dog from them.
My aunt went to go
your
adopt a
aunt tried to
dog
get one?
last week. Like, it's just everybody's trying to adopt these dogs, and that's really all it is. You know, we're trying to give you guys a platform to get your brand out there because Detroit Dog Rescue is freaking amazing.
So who do you got today?
This is Rory.
Aw.
He is new to us. I just picked him up on Monday. We picked up him and his mom. They were rescued from a drug raid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he's still young and learning. He's probably like 10 weeks old. And we think he's some type of like Boston Terrier boxer mix.
Nice.
So he shouldn't be too big once he's full grown.
That's crazy.
Can I hold him?
Yeah, of course.
All right, come here, buddy.
So walk us through this. So they bust in on this drug raid, and then walk us through like the steps as to how you guys retrieve the dog.
So Detroit Animal Care and Control actually does like getting the dogs from them. So they'll work with the Detroit Police Department to go in and grab the dogs, and then they take them to their facility to do a little hold on them, and then they'll contact us about dogs that need transfers.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a loving dog too. Look at him. He's just kissing.
Yeah, he's a good dog.
Kissing nonstop.
No, he's a cutie, and he's available right now. You can go to DetroitDogRescue.com, and they have a profile built for him. They have everything that you need for these guys, and it's really an amazing thing that these people do for the city. They go into the most dangerous of places to pull out dogs, and people don't want you taking their dogs all the time and stuff like that, but you guys do such a good job, and thank you so much for all you do for the city. The fun thing we like to point to every week, for just $5, you could feed this guy for an entire week. So if you want to go to DetroitDogRescue.com right now, you can donate to them. It's real simple, and it's real amazing, and you know it's going to good people in Detroit that help and do great things.
The good thing about this, too, is Stick hasn't got any in a little while because his wife's out of town. So this is good. You know, he's getting a little action today.
Thank you. Oh,
yeah.
So, Detroit Dog Rescue, thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's his name one more time? Oh.
Rory.
Rory wants to be on the mic. Let's go, Rory. Thank you guys so much. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into some officious facts, and we got some other things to talk about. Me and Rory are going to hang out, though, for a bit, and hang out so we can get a picture and get it up on social media after this. Thank you so much, Detroit Dog Rescue, for coming in. Everybody, if you need a pup, Rory's your guy.
Who doesn't want Rory? Come on.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
always love having the Detroit Dog Rescue in on Wednesdays. Like it's such a good thing for the city and means so much to so many people when they're in here. So thank you guys so much. Like when we were doing stuff with Studio, so many people donated just for Detroit Dog Rescue. They were bringing in dog toys, and you can see that these guys mean a lot to a lot of people. So thank you, Detroit Dog Rescue, and make sure you support them. They're such good people, and of course Christina, she's still playing injured, but when she's healthy, she'll be back in here too, and we love to see her, and we wish her nothing but the best. How you guys doing this morning, man? You guys ready for opening day?
I am, but it's gonna take a couple hours to get past that whole Michigan loss yesterday.
Is it?
It is. This is the whole morning. It's all I've been thinking about. We stayed up late as heck. It's probably been the latest that I've stayed up. I mean, in the last couple of months, watching this game.
Really?
Just looking into it afterwards, and I recorded a little TikTok after, so I was up late on this one.
Yeah, and that's what I discussed. If this was going to be an interesting game, it wasn't going to be hard to stay up, and it really wasn't. I stayed up for the entire thing, and if it would have been a blowout, I probably would have been to bed by about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
But, we got up early, and we came here. We did the show. Unfortunately, Michigan lost, and now we got to figure out what they're going to do next season. And I'm just really disappointed that we don't get to talk about Michigan basketball for another week.
Oh, man, just a loss of content. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Franz Wagner.
You ruined the show, Franz.
Disappointing. How do you airball? Like, you could say, all right, bad play that was drawn, but it's like, that's the moment you live for, down by 2, wide open, and then you airball. Not even miss.
Once.
Twice. And then, you can't forget Mike Smith and his three-pointer, too. This is awesome. Already on YouTube right now, One Funky said they want that dog. What's its name? Did I hear Rory? All right, cool. Thanks. I'm going to call and get it for my wifey. So there we go.
Nice.
It looks like Rory's going to find a home today to One Funky on YouTube.
Look at him just sitting there on Mike's lap. Like, it's freaking an amazing dog. So loving. You got to love that.
Yeah, you absolutely do. It's a little early, but you guys want to get into Fish's Facts of the day?
Let's do it.
All right, you got the video ready to rock, Alex? All right, let's hit it.
Is it time? Yeah, it is. Fish!
Go fish. Fish Facts.
It's fish!
All right, Fish, it is now time for your facts of the day. What do you got going on today, buddy?
Tomorrow is something special. Opening day.
Yes, it is.
It's just a normal Thursday as an opening day. Yesterday was Wednesday. Exciting. Yesterday was Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Today's Wednesday.
These are great facts.
We start with Buffalo, who I brought up a few times now. Their hockey team's not doing so well, and their football team actually has more wins than their hockey team since February 1st of 2020.
Ooh, that's not good.
Not good. Buffalo Bills have 15 wins, and the Sabres have 14.
And how many games are in a hockey season?
There's they played about 65 last year due to COVID,
right?
And so far they played 35.
And how many?
So
in a football season?
I would guess they played about 40 because this is since February 1 of 2020. So I guess about 50 games they played.
Yeah, so 40 compared to what? 17, 18 games for them.
Count the 2 playoffs,
yep.
So 18, right?
Yep.
18, yeah.
Wow.
So. Yeah, not very good for Buffalo.
Nope.
And it used to be the other way around because the Bills used to be really bad.
Yes, very bad. Now they're jumping and breaking tables.
They are breaking. I love the Bills Mafia. They're the best. Moving to basketball, Terry Rozier. He did some good stuff. 55% from field goal, 54% from three-point. It is the best mark by any player with 20-plus attempts. That's the three-point. So 54% three-point is the best by any player with 20-plus attempts.
Love it.
So Hornets are looking good.
Yeah, the Hornets.
I remember when they used to be called the Bobcats.
Yeah, I remember when they used to be called the Hornets before they were the Bobcats.
And then
now they're back to being the Hornets.
And they did the Pelicans.
The Pelicans.
Which we all hated that name at first. Now it's okay.
Yeah, that's still like the least intimidating nickname of all time. The Pelicans.
Jamal Murray, since February 1 of 2021, has averaged 23 points per game, 5 assists per game, 50, 45, and 91%. Pretty good. He's averaging career high in points per game, assists per game, and field goal, and 3 points this season. So career high for him. That's good for him.
And he's got great hair. I love Jamal Murray's hair.
He does have very good hair.
He does. Beautiful
and
setup on
Nuggets
that
looking
dude's
good. I love how the West is open. It's not just the Warriors and then the East.
Right.
It's actually a competition now.
Yeah.
Thanks, LeBron. Anyways, Clippers. They lost to the Magic last night. Not looking good for them. And about the Magic, they traded their best 3 players. So the Clippers lost to the Magic, who traded their best 3 players.
That's not a good look for the Clippers.
No, it is not a good look for the Clippers. They were contending for the West last year, supposed to be again this year, but they're not.
And they got Chauncey Billups as a coach, man. They're supposed to be trending up.
They are supposed to be trending up.
Yep.
I like Chauncey Billups. I loved him on ESPN.
Yeah.
Do you guys love him on ESPN?
I just love Chauncey Billups in general, man. I loved him when he was a Piston, ESPN. No matter what he does, I'm a fan.
I like Chauncey Billups. All right, today is... Oh, boy, didn't think I had to... March 31st. And we have an event today. Michael Jordan.
Who?
The just a basketball player that used to be really good. Michael Jordan. The White Sox assigned him to the Birmingham Bronson of
Barons.
the Barons
Yep.
of the Class AA Southern League.
Oh, he was out here in Birmingham?
He was
I didn't know that.
Different Birmingham.
yeah, different Birmingham, Alabama, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Then he would go to the NBA. So Michael Jordan did a lot of stuff in March.
Yeah, he did, man. That was a weird time in American sports when Jordan just up and left for a year and a half. Most people think it was because he had a huge gambling debt and the NBA suspended him, but they wanted to cover it up. So they just said, you know what, go play baseball for like a year and a half, then you can come back and everything will be good. He came back and won 3 championships in a row. So pretty good basketball player.
That's pretty impressive. People don't talk about that.
What, the coming back to win 3? Yeah.
Because that's not easy to do.
No, he won 3, retired, came back, and won 3 more.
Yeah,
So
not,
essentially, he won 6 in a row.
Yeah, that's not easy to do.
No.
A lot of people don't see that.
Yep.
Today, 1996, was the first time the MLB started in March.
Okay.
Since then, they started in March 29th, 2018. That was actually the earliest start. But up to that point, it was 1995.
Yeah, that's when they started playing with snow on the ground.
It was 1996, sorry. And wow, they still can play in snow in April.
Right.
The game was between the White Sox and Mariners.
Love
it was a 12-inning game, too.
All right, Fish, you got any more facts?
We have one more. We have a birthday today.
Hey, it was
birthday.
birthday.
Which would have been a birthday.
Oh, he's
but
dead.
It's about the player we were talking about.
Jordan?
No. Gordie Howe.
Oh,
It
nice.
is his birthday today, 1928. Died in 2016.
The only number 9 in Detroit sports history.
Damn, it's been 5 years he's been dead? That's crazy.
Yeah, Gordie.
Yeah, so today, happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
It's also another birthday today.
Who else we got?
Smitty. Steve Smith.
All right.
Michigan State legend.
Yes.
Turns 51 today.
PSL legend, too. You can't forget about that.
Pershing.
Yeah, he tore it up for the Doughboys, man.
The Doughboys.
Yeah. Steve Smith had a great career, too. Like, he was an elite player that I don't think a lot of people give credit to that he deserves. Like,
he was a badass with the Hawks. His
Yeah.
time with the Hawks and in the Trailblazers, he was pretty good.
He was like Grant Hill before Grant Hill. And I'm saying that because he kind of looks like Grant Hill. But that's how...
They do favor.
Whenever I see him, he's got the broad shoulders and they kind of look alike. So that's how I envisioned his game too. But Steve Smith, definitely the man out of Pershing. So thank you, Fish, for your facts of the day. Those are on every day about 9:50 right here on the Woodward Sports Network. And it's now time for Joey's Dumbass of the Day.
To present the award,
it is Joey.
It is time. Dumbass
of the day.
Why would you do that? And the loser is...
Who's the loser, Joey?
This one hurts, but I gotta just do it. Let's just get it out the way. The Michigan basketball team.
Oh, come on.
I have to. I thought about it, and I was like, there was a couple other ones that I was like, you know what, No, we can't. Nothing trumps how horrible this ending to the Michigan basketball season was, so I'm going to leave it at that, and this is kind of what it looked like yesterday.
Spice!
The last few 8 shots to be exact.
Rainmaker!
Rain?
I don't know. I think if Spice was out there for Michigan, he would have hit one of those.
Oh, my God. That looked like Wagner, man. I still think that Carlton's the best meme about Wagner for sure. So, yeah, Michigan, I don't think they're dumbasses, but definitely it's a tough loss. When you lose like that, all they had to do was make 1 of 8 shots, and they would have at least tied the game. That's
I mean,
it.
most of them were 3 balls, so we would have won.
Yeah, well, that's why they didn't win, because all they did was take 3 balls, damn it. But Michigan, we're getting over it today. We're going to celebrate tomorrow at the Brass Rail. Opening day is going on with Woodward Sports, and I hope you can meet us down there. Like I said, they're limiting capacity everywhere, so be smart about it. If you want to get down and hang out with us, they're letting 100 people in to the Brass Rail, so you can do that. And plus, we'll be walking around the streets just kind of saying hi to everybody. Not really causing a ruckus, though, Mike Duggan. We're just hanging out, just trying to be good Detroiters. So please, please, please don't come up to me and ask me for my ticket.
There is one thing I have to do for tomorrow, and I have not done it in a long time because it's always stolen. I have to go give me another D-fitted. Every time I buy a D-fitted, it just magically vanishes out of my car like the sock monster. Like I don't get it. So maybe I'm gonna get a different Tigers hat this time, in addition to the D-fitted.
Okay, well,
You a big hat guy, Corey?
I've never seen you wear
I've never
like
seen
ball
it.
cap.
Here's what happened. I had an extensive baseball cap collection. I'm talking about like I had like over 60-something fitteds. My mama threw all of them out.
Oh, what the hell did you do?
I don't know, but we had a rift when that happened. I mean, I'm talking about I had like hats I cannot even find again.
Why would she throw out all your
I
hats?
don't know. She was just doing some cleaning, and I thought you didn't want me anymore. What the hell?
She didn't even ask. She's just like, oh, 60 of them? He probably doesn't
Hats
need these
ain't
anymore.
cheap either. On top of that,
Yeah, these were all new era.
The 5950s? Oof, good lord. Those were $35 a piece, man.
Dude, that's like
times 60. Oof, that's
$2,400 around there.
that's a lot of money just to be tossing out.
And I have a big ass head, so you know how hard it is to find how hard it is to find a 7 3/8?
That's what you wear? 7
Yeah.
I'm a 7 1/8. Like, I got a tiny head.
Yeah.
Joey, do you know what size fitted you wear?
No, I don't know my size.
I've worn the same hat size since I was 12 years old. Isn't that weird?
Wow.
Because obviously my body has grown, but my head has not in circumference.
So you had a big head when you were a little kid?
Not even back then when I was 12, like 7 1/8, when we would get fitted hats for like the whole travel club, like that was kind of the average. You know, there were some kids bigger, but my dad used to have a huge head. He was like 7 15/16 or something. His head was like a dome. But yeah, mine, I don't know if it's because I wore a ball cap the whole time that it just kept my head small because I wore baseball hats so much.
That sounds right.
It just restricted my brain from growing. But, you know, I got a tiny noggin. What can I say? The circumference isn't big. So, yeah, that's my hat story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you guys for waking up with us. We'll be live tomorrow morning from the Brass Rail, so make sure you check out the Morning Woodward Show. Bell and Baligian, or Baligian and Bell, is up next, and I cannot wait to have a great Wednesday. Hope you do, too. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning on the Woodward Sports Network.